So Eddie and Alan were just huge influences on my legato playing, and another player that came out around that period a little bit later was Warren DeMartini. And on the first Ratt album, Warren was just smoking hot. I mean, he was shredding on that album. I love the phrasing. I love every song on it. He had great rhythm playing. Great rhythm playing, but he would do these really cool kind of like, almost like Holsworth and rock kind of things where he'd play like... those kind of things where he would, on the top two strings, he might do like... where he'd go... You could either do that where you're just hammering onto the second string, which Sean Lane does a lot of. Or you could pick the second string. So Warren's playing was a big influence, and that seamless playing he would do live, he would do this where he would circle 6 notes, but he'd play them as 30-second notes so they'd syncopate. A cool way to practice that is start out with 16ths. I'm going 10, 12, 10, 8. Then I go back and hammer 10, 12 to 8, all on the second string. Then I just hammer or pick 11 on the third string. And then you just repeat that over and over. So you can play the first lick and sort of tap on that lick. And then go right into the triplet, the 6-note lick, but you're going to keep playing it as 30-second notes. And it has a really cool sound when you get that going. You can do that with different intervals. You can even go like a major 7 kind of thing. I just love those runs. They're just awesome, and I loved Warren's playing on that album so much, and he was a superstrat guy, Charvel guy, but I was more of a Kramer guy because of Eddie. George Lynch was another guy that, you know, would play the superstrats. George just was amazing phrasing. So this is my 86 Kramer Beretta. I love the cream color of it. It's a little bit of the Yngwie thing going on, even though it's a Kramer. So I love Kramer guitars. I went out and bought this in about 2006. This is one of the Yo Kramers. I think they're Music Yo or whatever, I forget. But this is a pretty nice guitar for the price. So then I had someone make me this, it's kind of the Eddie Van Halen 5150 without the stripes. I just wanted it white. And this is a fun guitar. I'm not really really tuned up. Sorry about that. But this is a maple body on a maple neck to get that kind of George Lynch thing, or that early Van Halen ash, that hard ash that he had. This is kind of a clean guitar. So this is kind of a fun one to play also. My first guitar was a Gibson Les Paul Jr. and it was like an SG, one of like Carlos Cavazo played in Quiet Riot. It was exactly the same as that. I thought it'd be fun to come on and talk a bit about some of my electric playing. You know, I'm into so many different players, just a real student of guitar. I love everyone from Sean Lane to Scott Henderson to Mike Stern to Alan Holdsworth, Bill Connors, Yngwie Malmsteen, Randy Rhoads, Michael Schenker. I just love so many different styles and so many different players that I look forward to covering a lot of different styles and a lot of different players on my channel here. And I really appreciate everyone watching, and thank you so much for the comments and liking and subscribing to my channel. I really appreciate it. And if you haven't done that, maybe hit that like button and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. In the meantime, I'm just going to rock out on my Super Strat, and I hope you guys have a great time until I see you next, and thanks a lot for spending time with me.